Hi, my name is Dr. Ross Hauser. Welcome to the Hauser Neck Center here in Fort Myers, Florida. Here with an old friend, Erica. You first heard about us like 10 years ago, right?
Right.
So maybe just go through what led you to come to Caring Medical, and you were treated with Danielle like 10 years ago for a certain problem, and then now 10 years later, or 9 years later, you came and saw me
Okay.
for various things related to your neck.
Yeah, about 10 years ago, I was having a lot of pelvic instability. So I just researched, I knew surgery wasn't an option for me. I wanted something different. And I found you guys on YouTube, online, and I watched every one of your videos that you had out back at the time. And I prayed about it and just knew I was supposed to go there. So my mom brought me, and it was pelvic instability, how my pubic symphysis treated, and my low back and SI joints treated a lot. At that time, I was horrible. I could hardly even walk to the bathroom. I couldn't sleep in my own bed without shifting and everything popping out of place. Saved my life. Everything is stable now.
What do you think caused that? Like, what caused all the problems with the pelvis?
So
and
I
the
think
low
it was
back?
originally when I had my son, the birth of my son loosened everything up. I am hypermobile by nature. And then I didn't know what was wrong, so I went to a chiropractor, and I think I have what you always call overmanipulation syndrome. I think as he was trying to adjust my low back, he was just further destabilizing me. He didn't know, I didn't know, but come to find out, that I think is what really did it, was the manipulation of my lower back.
Was it affecting your urine or your bowels, the
No,
pelvic instability?
it didn't.
So it's just like awful pain.
Yeah, pain, and then just the constant popping in and out of joint, and then not having that stability in your mid-region. I could hardly stand for 5 minutes at a time, couldn't walk anywhere. It was a lot. And I had a 6-year-old son at the time and needed his mom.
Right.
And so, I went to Chicago, and I love, over your door, it always said, "Hope is practiced here," when you'd go back into the facilities. And that's what it is. It's just filled with hope, and it saved my life.
So you're saying then, have you been good for 9 years? Your pelvic,
Yes.
totally fine?
Yeah, I just went back to normal life. A mom, exercise, spin class, working, everything's been fine. And then about a year ago, I was just like, oh, something's wrong with my left leg. I can't use it very well. And I was having awful brain fog, and just my head just felt full. I just didn't feel like me. And I said, I think it's time to go back to see you guys at Caring Medical. So we came to Florida this time. And I had neck instability, had all the testing done that you ran, and all my numbers were not good. I had no blood flow at all on the right side, and now that's good. And I'm back to a full normal blood flow on my left side.
Yes.
So
Somebody's your friend in November of 2022, somebody's your friend, and you guys are just having lunch. What would be all the things, if the person asked you, what are all the things that aren't so good about your health? Because you were having anxiety too.
that was off the charts. I didn't even want to really leave the house. Everything would make me nervous to go to the grocery store. I would always think, what if I don't feel good when I'm there? Or go to a restaurant, what if I don't feel good when I'm there? So everything, the anxiety was just consuming me. And the brain fog, I couldn't have a clear thought, or focus on enough tasks to make them worthwhile. A lot of light sensitivity, loud noises would affect me. And I think sometimes everybody's different, but it was my left leg thing. The left leg, I could hardly use it. It's I couldn't engage my hamstring properly. So that was really weird. One of the weird symptoms you don't think of that comes from your neck, but it was, because now my leg feels great.
You're having trouble walking or coordination?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I just felt off balance a little bit.
Yeah.
The left leg was bad. And I couldn't stand for long periods of time too, with feeling like I needed to take a break, and now I think it's because I didn't have proper blood flow coming in and around like you're supposed to.
Okay. And then, we found you're the one that said, hey, why don't we show or talk about some of my test results? So basically, you had a severe vagus nerve degeneration. So we did ultrasounds, and the numbers, on the left side, it was 0.8 millimeters squared. Now it's 2.2 when we tested you. And then...
And my jugulars, right? Those were really bad.
Yeah, they were closed off, and now they're open. then have you noticed that your sleep is more restful?
My sleep's more restful. Just my daily thought, like getting through the day and having like a plan and bringing that to fruition. Like everything I feel is just, it's just normal. It's nice to wake up and not be in a panic like, how am I going to feel today? No, it's like I'm going to be a mom, I'm going to be a wife, I'm going to go to work.
Yeah, so has your husband or your kids said anything like mommy's back or mommy, like how, like the old you is back?
Yes, my husband actually said the one day, I was like, I'm going to go, we have 2 dogs, I'm going to go give my one dog a bath. I think she needs groomed. And he's like, a few months ago, you never would have had the initiative to be like, I'm going to go do that. Like you wouldn't have had the energy or like the, I don't think I can get through that task. And so, yes, just more.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you're 100% back, or is there some things you still don't do?
Like a 95.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, I feel like I'm so close to
Okay.
being 100% me. And honestly, I haven't felt this good in I don't even know how many years. So who knows how long my neck has been unstable, but and it feels so strong to just like hold your head up and just not feel like you're always slouching or I feel strong.
And then the other thing too, it must be because you probably just got used to like anxiety. Like and I've said this even about me, because there was the day when I'd see 20 patients and 18 were doing good and 2 weren't doing good. Then I'd, start thinking like I'm a bad doctor.
Like
I can't,
fixate on that.
I can't. Yeah, I'd fixate on that. And you and I have talked about like obsessive compulsive thoughts and this and that. And the person who has those things has no idea how freeing it is once you don't have them. So I've worked really hard about, and this sounds silly, but like, some of us, we struggle with like melancholiness or that I'm good enough, and this would sound crazy to the outside person of, no, Dr. Hauser has people come from all over the world, but I'm still human, so I'm just somebody who's went from melancholy to, like I always say, I'm a recovered melancholy. Like in other words, my mind most of the time is free of all those anxious thoughts and all those negative thoughts and all the thing. And it's almost like your brain, you have so much more brain power and ability to do things when your mind isn't like continuously anxious or so that's probably what you mean, like you feel free.
Yes.
Don't you feel like?
And I feel like when you have something chronic and maybe don't realize it or do realize it, but that's all you fixate on is like, oh, I don't feel good all the time. Like, what is wrong with me? But once that starts to dissipate with every treatment and you know what it is to just be free of that constant nagging thought, it's amazing. And I remember when I first started my very first treatment with you, I cried a lot. And he gave me a book and I read the book. And what I really took away from it was just always think on like the positive and be thankful for things. So like I've really made a practice these last 7 months of just always being thankful every day for like the new thing I can do or the new thing I can conquer or just what I'm able to do. Try not to fixate on, oh, this could be better or that could be better, but really just try to be in the moment and trust in God's healing and His time and that He's given us such an awesome facility to come for healing. It's a huge blessing.
Like obviously you have girlfriends and everything, right? Like
I don't like people that much.
Oh, you don't?
I'm just kidding.
Okay. You seem like you like people.
I'm just kidding.
No, but I guess, because I'm not a gal, but the anxiety that you had, do you see it in a lot of your friends or not? Not too bad? Yeah,
I don't feel like I had it. I feel like maybe it's just a normal anxiety of like too much social media and the world we live in is crazy.
Yeah.
But no, but now every time I own a boutique and every time I talk to somebody, I get close to my customers and if I hear like a symptom, I'm like, oh, you have neck instability or, oh, I can help you with that. So I'm constantly writing down like Caring Medical, research this, like do your due diligence and watch all of his YouTubes and Danielle's because they're amazing. Like it's a wealth of information.
What I always say is one easy way to tell is, like say somebody has, tachycardia, right? Because you had tachycardia.
I did, yeah.
And I think, didn't you also have like digestive things? So are those good?
Yes.
Like is the tachycardia gone or pretty much gone? And then talk about your digestive things?
It just felt slow and sluggish, and I was always bloated.
Yeah, yeah.
And now I feel like I can pretty much eat whatever and just feel like a normal human. Like, oh, it's actually digesting my food. Like, it's not just sitting there.
Yeah. Because, I know that there's genetically modified food, which is bad, and that food sensitivities are a real thing. But it can be the food sensitivity is from the neck. So if you resolve your neck instability, and we showed that now your vagus nerve size is pretty much normal. So that would mean that your digestive tract has the normal nerve supply. So that means it's much more likely that your tight junctions are going to be tight. So then all of a sudden, you can eat all these foods that before would give you bloating. So for anybody who has like food sensitivities, it may be that it's from the neck. So then they would say, well, how would I at home know that I had a neck problem? And this is what I was trying to explain. So you have a customer who comes to you, and then you're just being nice and you're just talking about different things. Then they say they have tachycardia or they got new onset atrial fibrillation or something. Then you just ask them, do you have popping, clicking, grinding of your neck?
Do.
Yeah, and then it's sort of like when did the popping, clicking, grinding start? And then often you'll see that it's around the same time or shortly before they got atrial fibrillation or they got tachycardia or their stomach stuck. So that's kind of an easy thing because it's not normal. Like I don't have popping, clicking, grinding of my neck. I went to this crazy clinic in Fort Myers, Caring Medical. I saw Danielle because the doctor's a little bit weird. But yeah, that's who did my prolotherapy. Yeah, Danielle. Yeah, she's great.
She is great. Both of you are amazing. Seriously, if there's anybody questioning coming here, just come here. You're the nicest people. Everybody from Stephanie, when you first walk in, the first impression, you just feel welcome. You come in, you guys care. I mean, and take your time with your patients. It's not just like, oh, get them in, get them out, get them in, get them out. Like, I feel like I know you. And Danielle back in the day, like, yeah, just amazing. The best.
Thank you so much. We got one more treatment, huh?
Yeah.
So it's been great having you again.
I'm going to miss
Erica.
coming here, you guys.
Okay. And then we just look forward to just all the amazing things that you're going to do in the world. Like, that's what excites us,
Yeah.
Like getting you back in there, like being a great mom, wife, in your community.
Thank you.
Loving God, loving people.